guys, it's me, the Scruffy Knitter here on YouTube, or iTunes if you're listening there. I'm a bit sick. I'm all nasally and congestion. It's going around at work, so been running nose and coughing, whatnot for the last couple days. So hopefully it's almost over. That's why I postponed putting on this video because I literally I couldn't talk. So that'd be kind of pointless to have a podcast where you can't talk about anything. So I'm sitting here in my pajamas now, all nice and comfy. Just gonna do a quick video about my week. Excuse me. So since last Tuesday, I haven't done much of any knitting because I've been sick. The one project I did finish, I actually could not wait to finish. I've never said that about a knitting project unless it was like one that I just frogged, but this one was a real test of my patience, to say the least. And it wasn't so much the knitting that I had an issue with, it was everything in regards to the knitting that I had an issue with. The cats, broken needles, lost my stitch corrector. It was just a lot of things that compiled to make me really hate knitting this pair of socks. But here they are. They're done. Little ankle socks for my husband. That's all I wanted to do. But the universe was like, screw you, we're gonna make it really impossible to knit these socks. So on the first sock, I apparently left my yarn out when we went to the store, and one of the cats, I don't know which one did it, there's 3 of them out in the house, so I have my speculations. But I came home and it was all over the floor. So I trashed the whole skein. Thank God the sock was still in the needles, but what was left of the yarn that had been massacred, I just cut it off and threw it in the garbage can. I was like, I don't have time to sit here and untangle this. So I didn't. I threw it away, and I just started with the new skein. Thank God I had a second, so I used that one. And then finished this sock. It's nice, lovely, perfect. Did the Kitchener stitch video with it. So there, that was that one. The second sock, first of all, I didn't even want to do it. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes you get through the first sock and you're like, God dang it, I still have to do a second one. So I was like, alright, we're just going to do it. I know that 73 rows to the toe, I can do it. It's not that bad. So I started going. I was going at it. And I got to about row 36, 35. I put my yarn in my project bag. Granted, it doesn't have a zipper. I folded it over so, you know, nothing could get inside. I made sure that I didn't leave it out. And I woke up the next morning, and what did I find? Yarn all over the place. Again. So, yeah, there was that for the second time. And this time I didn't have a backup skein, so I couldn't just trash it. So, on the way to work, while I was at work, like on my lunch break, and then when I came home, I still worked on that. It took me a good part of like 6 hours to undo the entire skein and like piece it back together, because like some knots were so tight and I had such fat little fingers, I could not undo it. So, yeah. So inside of this sock, you can see my little knots. I know I shouldn't tie knots in knitting, but I wanted to put my skein back together and make it into a nice little cake. And to do that, it required me to tie them. So it wasn't too bad, but I did get through. I got all the way to the toe, and I guess my poor little knitter's pride wooden needle had it with me, and I went to go to my last stitch, and I just heard snap. And I was like, oh God. So here I am with half a needle in this hand and half in this hand, and I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? So good thing knitters probably come with 5, and I only used 4 to knit my socks, so I had a backup. So I'm really depressed because those needles are not cheap, and I really like them. Again, thank God they come with 5, so I could finish my sock. And when I was trying to finish my sock, I looked around, I looked in my car, I looked in my drawers at work where I keep my knitting stuff when I'm, you know, working on it. Could not find my stitch corrector to save my life. I have no idea where it is. So I've been calling around. It came in like a kit from Joann's. Excuse me, sniffly. And so they don't actually sell them, I guess, individually, which is weird because it was in the kit. So I called around a couple stores. Hobby Lobby has them. They were out of stock until tomorrow. It was on the manifest to be there tomorrow, 4 of them. So I was like, I'll take 2 boxes of them, thank you. Just so I don't ever have this issue again, because if you don't have a stitch corrector in your life, I'm highly recommending you get one. Like if you ever drop a stitch, it doesn't have to be permanent. You just pop the little thing in there. It's like a crochet hook with a knitting needle end on one the other end instead of being flat like a crochet hook or whatever kind of handle they have. So it's like a Chinook or something. I don't know. Pretty cool. So you just pop it in there, you pull your stitch through, and you can. It's really easy to pick up stitches, like for the heel of the sock when you're picking up to go towards your the whole foot part of your sock. Picking up the gusset, yes, that. So it's really useful for doing those kind of things, and I was just devastated not to have it. So now I'm gonna have 4. There comes 2 in a pack. So I will be driving out there tomorrow to do that. As far as other projects, I picked up my Afghan tonight. Started going on that since I'm like starting to feel a little bit better. I was like, let me get some knitting done because I want to get some stuff out of here off the needles before February. I'm going to start the pair of commission socks for the nice lady in my knitting group. Those will be started February 1st. I have to have them done by February 27th is the wedding, so I want to do a little bit before that. Just so I can get them to her, make sure she likes them. Anything I can change that she wants me to do. She just said classic socks, so that's what I'm going to make. And that'll be that. Let's see. I have, this week, been posting my kittens online. It is so depressing. We sold one, and she is going to a wonderful lady in Wisconsin. We do ship them, but she is going to fly here all the way to Florida to pick up her kitten. Her sister lives in town, so she's going to come visit her, pick up her kitten, and then fly home with it. And then another one is going to New York. We're going to ship that one because she was like, I'm in school and I don't really, have the money to fly down and fly back with the cat, so it'd be a lot cheaper for me just to have it shipped. So we're going to do that with the other one. So that leaves me with 3 technically. There's a deposit apparently pending for tomorrow. We'll see if she puts one down, and I'll be left with 2. I really want to keep one, I think, but I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 cats right now in the house. No, 11 in the house right now. But yeah, so it's a bit much sometimes. But I mean, most of them are in the cattery, so I don't have to, I mean, I see them all the time because I'm like obsessed, and I make them clothes. Well, I haven't made them in a while. I should probably get on that. It's been a hot minute, and it's kind of cold outside. Speaking of cold, who turned off the heat in Florida? Hello, whoever you are upstairs. It's cold, and I like my heat back on, please. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement. No, but seriously, it's like freezing, and we had some more crazy weather. No tornadoes this time, yay. Just crazy winds. The river, of course, came up again, so it's always fun to go watch. No cool video this time, like last week. I was running around, did not feel good at all. Probably because it's cold outside. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, so there was that. Work has been really trying. Our front end, and it's not their fault. Like, people call, they want appointments, they want them now. So we put them in the scheduler, and, there's only me and my husband, me and lover. And there's like, I don't even know how many appointments, I couldn't tell you. I think we had 18 this morning from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. 18 appointments between the 2 of us, and I had a surgery to do before all that. So it was pretty intense, just running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Then we had a meeting at 1, it lasted until 2. I didn't take a lunch, so I ended up leaving at 5. Got out on time, but now I gotta find a way to shave off an hour later in the week. So we'll probably leave early on Friday. Like 3. Haha, that'd be great. So this week I'm going to try and get some stuff started, hopefully. I'm feeling a lot better, so despite the noise that comes out of my mouth when I speak, it's not the same. And I know it's not. I can hear it. Yeah, there's that. I really want to start one of these cats that I have the cat book for. I really, really want to do it. I need to get yarn. So tomorrow when I go to knitting group, I'm going to see what they have in the store that I can possibly use. I haven't really looked for anything. Every time I go, I have like another project in mind, or I'm doing a project for someone else, so I don't really ever go to like find something. Um, or they'll point to me in a different direction. They're like, "Oh, you should try this yarn." Like I got the yarn for the snood that I was doing. Oh, speaking of that, I finished the snood, and I got all the way to the last row. I'm watching TV, not paying attention. I had about this much yarn left on the last row, and I was like, "Oh God, I forgot to cast off. I did not bind off. What am I gonna do?" So I was like, "Okay, well let's just back up." Well, this yarn is real fuzzy, like as in fun fur. I don't know if you ever used Line Brand fun fur, like times 40. Generally, yeah, that's a pretty good estimate. 40. It's really fuzzy. So I was going back, stitch by stitch, without my stitch corrector, and I lost one, and I could not find it. I know it fell off because I counted, and they weren't all there, and I know when it happened, and it wasn't there. So I just ripped the whole thing apart. Pieced it back together, this game. I mean, I didn't have to, I just wound it back into a cake. So I'll start that again soon. It didn't take me long. Don't worry. It was not like an Afghan that I had to pull all the way apart. It was just a little scarf that you can pull up into a little hood. It's really cute. I really hate that I didn't pay attention. Watching too much Family Feud in the chase. I don't know if you guys watch Game Show Network. It's amazing. Channel 179 here. I have memorized. It's like all I watch. Besides you guys' YouTube videos, which are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you. Thank you so much for being supportive. You're great. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you right there on the camera. That's you in the screen. Yeah, you guys are great. Thanks a lot for watching and listening to me ramble for 15-20 minutes at a time. It's lovely that you do that. But yes, Game Show Network is great. The Chase is by far one of my favorite shows. I like to be like all into it, like pretending I'm against the beast. I'm like, oh yeah, offer me $30,000. What? I'm talking like 90,000. I'd never get it because like half these questions I never heard of the people or the museums or the. I'm not like I don't do dates at all. I don't know many dates at all. I think 9/11 2001. I can remember that. Very tragic, and I was alive, so I can remember. Sorry about that. Camera timed out, and then I had a coughing fit, so it was probably best that it happened right then. I'm back. So yeah, dates, I don't really do them well. I did pass history, thank God, all the times that I had to take it in school. But, anywho, The Chase is great. I really do enjoy it, and you should watch it. I think it comes on Tuesdays at 8. Great show. This weekend, there was an arts and crafts festival that me and my husband went to. There were like 10 tents, maybe 12. It was real small, and most people only had jewelry. There was no needlecraft projects of any sort or anything like that. So we're like, ooh, maybe we should do like a hand-dyed yarn like setup or something. I don't know. I'm really wanting to dye my own yarn, so we'll see how that comes out. I'm going to go. There's going to be a fiber festival soon near me, so we're gonna try and go to that. Maybe I can get some yarn that I can dye, some fresh wool straight off the animal. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, it was really tiny. And then with the whole rain aspect, it was really windy outside, so people's stuff was blowing all over the place. I was like, you know what? Let's just go. I try to, support local when I can. I just didn't see anything that really caught my eye that I needed. And sometimes I don't really like buying stuff I don't need. I like to buy stuff that I need or want. And there was just nothing there that caught me. So we were gonna go to the Celtic Festival. We went there 5 years ago, and it's here every year. It's really awesome. A lot of people in kilts, and found out that I'm like part Irish a couple years ago, so that was awesome. So I kind of resonate with those people, and I really want to buy a kilt. But we didn't go. We wanted to come home and like relax for once because it's been like really busy week as usual. So I was like, you know what, let's go home. You can stitch, and I will knit, and we'll just relax. I was gonna have a couple drinks, but not really all here, so I can't do that. I'm getting progressively worse as this video goes along. I know I said I'm feeling better, and I am. It's just all this coming out of me. It's just like it's so much. My nose is raw from blowing it. It really hurts. So yeah. That being said, I might have to cut this video short. This podcast. I'll come back next week with a vengeance. I've been drinking a lot of tea to help with it, you know. But yeah, the Celtic Festival, we were gonna go, but we didn't. We stayed home, and it was really enjoyable. Watched a lot of Family Feud, Game Show Network, and then went to bed. Woke up Sunday, did much of the same thing. I finished the socks on Sunday, so that was great. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great week. I'm going to attempt to get better before the next video. Common cold supposed to last, what, 7 days? Even with all those fancy Zicams and coldies, yada yada yada, airborne. So yeah, I'm just gonna drink my tea, and hopefully I will be back and very well to do my next recording, and I'll have some stuff finished hopefully, because it's pretty boring if I don't have anything to show about knitting. But you did get the socks today, so I want to show you. They're just so gorgeous. Look at them. I know. Look at, oh gosh. I just love them. They're so wonderful. And they fit perfectly. I was very worried because I was trying them on my feet, but we have like the same size. I wear like a 12 and a half, 13, and he wears a 12. So they fit. And I was really happy. But there we are. So like, comment, share, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, find me on Ravelry at ScruffyKnitter1, WordPress, Scruffy Knitter, Blogspot, Scruffy Knitter. It's Scruffy Knitter basically everywhere except Ravelry. You listen to me on iTunes on podcasts under Scruffy Knitter. So signing off for this week, cast on, knit on, and see you next weekend.